Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? Sorry, I'm not in my usual setup, but had to just jump on and quickly react to the news that David Ornstein has just stuck up on Twitter. Incredible. One other thing I'm happy to see is big name journalists working in the transfer world getting scoops like this. We put it out there. We've discussed it. The idea of ALESSIA Russo going to Arsenal. Well, David Ornstein has tweeted that Arsenal have put in a world record fee approaching Manchester United for the transfer of ALESSIA Russo. Currently no update in her contract situation at Manchester United. We know that she's up in the summer, and it looks like Arsenal have approached with a world record fee. We have no word on what that fee might be. Of course, we know the highest fee would be Lauren James, overtaking Pernille Harder at 250 grand. Apparently Beth England's fee to Spurs from Chelsea was 250 grand. So maybe we're looking at 300,000, maybe you're looking at 400,000. I'm not massively surprised at this at all. I feel that we've put it out there, we've been talking about it, and the way things have been going for Arsenal when it comes to goal scorers and where they are with a striker at this moment in time, ALESSIA Russo would slot in there perfectly well for Jonas Eidevall. I think she ticks all of the boxes. She's a physical, powerful player, and she has just this instinct for goal. So wow, what incredible news. Obviously it's been kicking off at the weekend with the rumours of Arsenal turning down an offer for Katie McCabe. I will not say anything on that because of course we know I'd be compromised with that. I know nothing of the sort, but wow, I mean, wow, that you know my thoughts on Arsenal. You know that I spend a lot of time there. You know my thoughts on ALESSIA Russo. So this, for me, would be a match made in heaven. This would be an incredible move for her. There has been this spotlight on her for such a long time now. For the last few years, seeing her in the WSL, I've always thought, wow, this girl's got it. And then she goes up on the Euros stage and absolutely shines. She does. What a player. 23 years old. She's had 5 goals so far this season, and again coming off the back of a Euros. I love how she stepped up and she's not let anybody down. She's maintained the quality in front of goal. Last season 9 goals and 4 assists, and of course for the Euros 5 goals in the games that she took part in, often coming on as a substitute as well. What does this mean for Arsenal? Well, of course we know up front they have Stina Blackstenius, who is a brilliant striker. She has been low in confidence, shall we say, is what it seems like at the moment in front of goal. Can do anything but seem to finish. But again, I think what ALESSIA Russo has in comparison is that gut instinct to finish in front of goal, and is just oozing with confidence at the minute. They're both similar in terms of physical and, you know, good athletes and powerful and being able to change the game, but ALESSIA Russo is doing that week in and week out at the minute, and has done on the world stage, and has been able to back that up coming off the back of the Euros and coming back into this season. What does it mean for Manchester United? Well, if this were to happen, it would be a huge loss for them. Business is business at the end of the day. I don't see a Manchester United without Ella Toone being alongside ALESSIA Russo. I don't see how that happens. But we all know in the transfer market, you know, there's no smoke without fire. I've had a feeling about this for quite some time. When you look at how Arsenal play, and without the contract situation developing at Manchester United, without nothing coming out on what's next for ALESSIA Russo, this is just massive news. So the window closes tomorrow. That's Tuesday at 5 p.m. Whether this is a move for the summer, whether this is something they're going to move on straight away, is absolutely incredible. Is it an offer that Manchester United can turn down? Where would they be without the likes of ALESSIA Russo? Of course, this season they're going to have to be pushing for Champions League. There was also thoughts on could they win the season, could they win the league, this season as well. It's no doubt that Manchester United without ALESSIA Russo wouldn't be the same prospect. But as it stands, David Ornstein has tweeted that a world record offer has gone in. No actual number there on how much that's going to be, and no progress in contract talks with Manchester United either. This feels like something massive is happening. This feels like it's becoming transfers. Not that we compare the two, but from the men's game to the women's game, this is what transfers are starting to become. You know, a club like Arsenal stealing from Manchester United, not stealing of course, but paying what will be a massive amount of money now to get players. This is what the women's game is becoming, and it feels like ALESSIA Russo. We said, I remember she was on Good Morning Britain the day after she won the Euros, and Richard Madeley of all people said, there's reports now you're going to become the first £1 million transfer in the women's game. And her face was like, it's like she knew nothing about it. Of course, then they were sitting and waiting the contract talks. I believe her brother is her agent as well, so he'll be managing things and knowing that they're sitting there on what could be a world-renowned move in women's football. What would the numbers be as well? Arsenal can afford it. Arsenal of the clubs with a bit of cash, you know, with a pot and their women's football budget, I would say you're probably looking at 350 grand, maybe. Again, I'm just looking at the Beth England move of late this window, the Pernille Harder move, and what ALESSIA Russo has done. Of course, she comes with the English tax, as we call it, as well. And I mean that with full respect, and also the fact that she's just such a talented player and exactly what Arsenal are lacking at this moment in time. You're without Beth Mead, you're without Vivianne Miedema. Why not bring in one of the hottest goal scoring prospects in world football right now, but especially here in England? This might be happening. This makes transfers exciting. I've been working in football now for quite some time, and of course the window closing tomorrow. It's all the focusing on the men's game, but this is what we need to see to keep the game moving, to keep the momentum moving in women's football. If this deal is done, that's absolutely incredible. Are there more to come between now and tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock? Will there be more madness in moves like this? It's definitely something I'm buzzing to see, in case you can't tell, and obviously have zero idea if it's happening or not, but just think of that. We know she suits the colour red all too well. ALESSIA Russo making that move, possibly to North London to play for Arsenal. Should be starting in that team, should be going straight in there up front. She'd probably be linking up lovely stuff with Frida Manham, who do bits in the midfield at the minute. Jonas Edeval, of course, he's maybe had a bit of a clear out in his team in terms of the midfield. Mana Ababuchi, of course, gone to Spurs. Jordan Nobbs going to Aston Villa, and of course, without the household names of Vivianne Miedema and Beth Mead, they need to do something if they want to maintain the title this season, or if it is looking ahead to next. The idea of ALESSIA Russo coming to Arsenal is something we've all been waiting to hear, and I'm pretty sure I've been talking about this for a long time.